Hi and welcome. This is my basic video of how to take care of a cockatiel. Now, first thing is, cockatiels love human interaction, so you might want to take care of them by singing to it, playing with it, whistling to it and talking to it. It really helps. If your cockatiel is shy when you first get it, try hand feeding it. This way it will learn how to trust you and learn that your fingers and your hands are just another thing that they can trust and that it won't hurt them. Make sure you play with your cockatiel for at least half an hour every day. If you can't do this, make sure that you get a big cage for them so that they have enough room to move around and not feel all tied up in a small cage. To bathe the bird, there's two possible ways. You can put a little bit of water on a plate and let them play around in it, which is what my bird personally likes, or you can get a spray gun and wet them. Make sure it's got no chemicals in it. Things not to do. Do not scream at it to shut up or scream ouch and overreact when it bites. Never place the cage overlooking the garden. This will make them feel that they want to fly out of their cage and go into the garden. And when you do this, they will hit the glass and hurt themselves. Okay, cages. Make sure that you have at least one toy in the cage. This here is a toy with a bell. Cockatiels absolutely love this, but be careful not to fill it with too many toys, otherwise it will freak out your cockatiel. Only some cockatiels prefer more toys than others. Mine prefers to have less toys. Make sure you have at least 2 perches. This way, the cockatiel can get easy access around its cage. If you don't have more than 1 perch, then I suggest you get another one, because the cockatiel will feel like it can't move around and that there's nowhere to go. Make sure your food and water is right next to the perch. I like to have 2 different sources of water and food. So I've got food and water there and food and water there. This way the bird can have lots of access to its food and water, and it will be easy. Make sure you do not put it at the bottom of the cage. This way, they will find it hard to find their food and water and they could get hungry or thirsty. Make sure you clean the cage at least once a week as well, because the birds will feel nice and clean. This is spray. This spray prevents birds, mainly cockatiels, so that they don't get any bugs on them or nits. Now, one thing you should definitely know is that when you spray them, make sure you spray their cages and them, and make sure you spray 40 centimeters away from the bird. This way, you can make sure that the bird won't get hurt, and make sure that all food and water is removed when spraying the cage. This should be done once every fortnight. Another thing is, you must have worm things. Now these are called bird wormers. Now these make sure that birds don't get upset stomachs or viruses. So you put this, you either give these things directly to the bird, or you can put some of it in its water. It's just a pink liquid. Make sure you keep it away from your mouth and don't put it near your body, and make sure you make sure that it doesn't have contact with your skin. Some good bird treats are dried up papaya and mango and pineapple. This makes your bird feel really healthy. It doesn't seem like a good thing for a bird to some people, but it really is. My bird loves it. It's healthy for them, and it's a good treat for them. And at the back, it will tell you the ingredients, and it will tell you about what type of bird would prefer this more than other birds. Another good thing is a fruit brick. Now this is full of fruity seeds, and it's all and it's all crushed together with honey. It's a special bird honey. Now this one is in this plastic packet. As you can see here, there's a metal thing. It's bendy so that you'll be able to stick it on its cage with easy access. And my bird personally loves to chew on it lots, so that's a really good thing to get. Usually on the back of packets, it gives you tips. So things like feeding guides and things like ingredients. Make sure that your bird is not allergic to any of these ingredients with allergies. So make sure you go to a vet and find out its needs and what it really is allergic of, so that you can be careful of what you give it. It does require paying money, but in the end you know that your bird is safe and healthy. Okay, my bird has very sharp nails. To file a bird's nails, the best thing is to just, instead of cutting it, the best thing is to file it. And rather than using a normal average human file, it's best to use some sandpaper. And with this sandpaper, you put it on the floor and let your bird just run around on it, so that it will make the nails filed. Another thing you shouldn't do is giving it just seeds to eat. Find out what your bird loves. Sometimes you can buy different things that are not just seeds, like for example the dried pineapple, papaya and mango. This really makes a bird feel healthy. And another good thing is when you're eating, maybe you want to cut off a little bit, like for example when you're eating a bit of pizza or some crumpets. Make sure you don't need to really give a lot to it, just so it can have a bit of a nibble. Make sure you don't give too much of whatever you're eating to it, because it may be bad for them. But it's fine if you just let them have it just a little bit. Also, it shows on the side of the packet what birds really like this. So, for example, it says, this is suitable for attracting cockatiels, red-rumped parrots and zebra finches. Now, make sure you look for the best before date so that your bird does not get sick with something that is overdue. Another thing is swings. When you put swings in your bird's cage, make sure you have a suitable one. Either you have a big one for things like cockatiels and parrots, or a little one for budgies and things like that. So these things really do help your bird. Thanks for watching my bird basics, mainly on cockatiels. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it helped.